Possession by proxy. How family entities use people close to you. Occult families. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Occult Families, How to Spot Them series. Trigger warning. This video series covers disturbing and very serious topics. Full legal disclaimer in the video description below. When an occult family system can no longer reach you directly, it looks for an open door nearby. That door is often a person, a partner, a therapist, a friend. And through them, the system attempts to regain control. This isn't superstition, this is spiritual strategy. Once your field begins to seal, once you wake up, speak truth, dissolve contracts, the ritual system loses its grip. But the interference doesn't stop. It reroutes. And if someone close to you is unguarded, sympathetic, or intimately connected, they become the next point of access. That's possession by proxy, when someone in your life becomes an unconscious carrier of the very energy you escaped. This chapter explains how it happens, how to recognize it, and how to clear it without demonizing the people you love. Because in ritual systems, energy doesn't just pass through objects or altars. It travels through connection. What is possession by proxy? Possession by proxy is not about demons, horror films, or dramatic exorcism. It's about energetics. It describes a spiritual dynamic in which someone close to you begins echoing the thoughts, behaviors, or energies of the system you left, without realizing they're doing it. It often begins with subtle mimicry. A partner suddenly using your abuser's phrasing, a healer shutting down when you mention ritual abuse, a friend turning cold the moment you reclaim power. These aren't personality flaws. They're signal shifts. A system that once moved through your body is now seeking another channel. When it fails to maintain control over you directly, it piggybacks on someone nearby. Why it happens? Proximity, frequency, and threat. The people closest to you represent both your greatest support and the greatest threat to a ritual system. Why? Because if they reinforce your truth, the system loses its ability to distort. Your partner's love, your friend's clarity, your therapist's belief, each one strengthens your healing signal, which weakens the system's hold, so the system targets the circle, not out of spite, but out of design. You left the assigned role, you broke the silence, you moved out of energetic alignment, but the system still wants access to your field. It just has to go through someone else. Entry points for proxy possession. There are 3 main ways the system hijacks people around you. 1. Emotional sympathy without spiritual boundaries. When someone cares deeply for you but lacks energetic sovereignty, they absorb the backlash aimed at you. They begin to carry the interference, unintentionally echoing the family's energy. Signs include mood swings after conversations about your past, defensiveness, or aggression during your healing milestones, sudden loyalty to the abuser's version of events. They're not choosing sides, their field was breached. 2. Sexual or intimate connection. Sex is a spiritual portal. In sacred systems, it unifies. In corrupted systems, it transmits. If your partner is unprotected while you're under spiritual attack, the ritual energy may enter through them. Red flags include unexplained rage or sexual disconnection, emotional volatility, post-intimacy, refusal to acknowledge your trauma or your truth. This isn't moral judgment, it's energetic reality. 3. Dream infiltration and astral hijacking. Dreams are not just imagination, they're entry points. Many occult systems work through the astral field. If someone close to you begins dreaming of betrayal, harm, or ritual imagery, and changes behavior afterward, pay attention. You may notice disturbing dreams involving your family or distorted versions of you, new language or behavior patterns from the person, sudden mistrust without any real-world trigger. These are signals, not of who they are, but of who is speaking through them. How to tell? If someone is acting as a proxy. When someone is carrying energy that isn't theirs, it often feels off, even before it becomes obvious. Watch for these signs. They redirect conversations away from your truth. They begin echoing the phrases, tone, or cadence of your abuser. They insist you reconcile, forgive, or forget, just as you begin to gain clarity. Their presence begins to drain or confuse you instead of support you. They use their dreams or feelings to justify spiritual control over your actions. This isn't about demonizing the person. It's about discerning who's operating the signal. The goal: reinstalling the system logic. Why does the system do this? Because if it can't stop your awakening, it will try to delay it. The proxy's role is to inject confusion, guilt, doubt, or emotional reversal. So you second-guess what you already know. You begin to wonder if your story is exaggerated. You feel responsible for their discomfort or detachment. You get pulled back into self-blame, apology, or spiritual bypass. This is interference, not healing. And the faster you name it, the faster you neutralize it. Can you help the proxy? Should you try? The hard truth: not everyone can or wants to wake up. Some people remain open channels. Others begin to notice the pattern and reclaim their own field. Here's what to remember. You can invite clarity, but you cannot force awakening. You can protect your energy without abandoning your compassion. You can honor the connection while enforcing distance. Do not let guilt become the next entry point. How to clear proxy. Interference. When you sense that someone close to you has become a channel for the system, take action. Not through confrontation, but through energetic clarity. 1. Name the pattern internally. Say it clearly. This energy is not theirs. It's trying to use them. I see it. Recognition severs fusion. 2. Seal your field. Use spoken declarations or visualizations. My space is sovereign. No entity or system may access me through others. All false signals are reflected. Clarity is armor. 3. Cleanse shared objects. Any physical item between you, photos, letters, gifts, can carry energy. Clear them with smoke, salt, or prayer. Or remove them entirely. 4. Refuse to engage energetic attacks. If the person becomes reactive or combative, don't argue. Step back. Don't explain your awakening to someone mid-possession. Wait for the energy to lift, or walk away. 5. Return to your signal. Reconnect to the real you. Use movement, prayer, creativity, sound, or solitude. The stronger your signal, the harder it is to override. Proxy interference. Signal system. Breakdown. When the family system can no longer reach you directly, it moves through the people closest to you. That shift is not a setback. It's confirmation that the core contract is dissolving. The original ritual tether has been severed, so the system seeks access through your perimeter. This interference doesn't mean you failed. It means your field has become more fortified, less accessible to the original structure. The system is losing efficiency. It's resorting to indirect entry because your direct access point is closing. Your job now is to identify the breach, reinforce the boundary, and prioritize clarity. Don't explain away the pattern, don't minimize the symptoms, and don't confuse possession with personality. You protect your field by telling the truth, even when it makes others uncomfortable. You shield your becoming by refusing to carry what isn't yours. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start. The black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child, and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation and leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now, because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.